Konnichiwa, and welcome to the Code of the Cardboard Samurai, a podcast all about Magic the Gathering in Japan. In this podcast, our goal will be to inform people both around and outside of Japan what is going on in the Magic scene here. I'm your host, Ryan Schwenk, the Japan Hobbyist out of Yokohama. And today I am joined by two people, but before we get into that, I want to introduce the topic of today's show. So I've been living in Japan since about 2011, or actually 2010. I've been playing Magic in Japan since about 2011. And during my travels around Japan to play Magic, I've met a lot of people in the U.S. military. So in today's topic, what I would like to talk about is Magic in the military in Japan. So most of you probably already know that the U.S. military has operated in Japan for about 60 years now, 70 years almost now, since 1950s.
Oh, I mean,
yeah.
World War II?
Yeah. And, Magic's been around for about 25 years. And basically, I want to kind of focus on how Magic has kind of come over with the people in the military. So, what I would like to do first is introduce my two guests. My first guest is Bobby Birmingham. You've heard him before. He was the tenor or the virtuoso of the Pioneer Delights episode.
Yeah.
So, just real quick, just tell us a little bit more about yourself. So, how long have you played MTG? Where have you played in the world? If you've been playing it in the military, have you had a chance to play in other places? How long have you served in the military, and what other places have you been stationed at outside of Japan?
Yeah, so I'm Bobby. I've been playing Magic since 2012, at least competitively. I started playing when I was stationed in San Diego. I then moved to Maryland, and I was a grinder, SCG tour, whatnot, and then moved out here to Japan, and I've played all over the world at this point.
So is this the first time you've played outside of the USA? Is this the first time you played Magic outside of the USA? Have you played in the other places?
I played in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you served? How long have you been in the military?
10 years.
10 years. Wow. Okay. And you've been stationed outside of Japan. Where else have you been stationed before?
San Diego and Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like your first time stationed overseas,
Yep.
basically. Okay. And my other guest today is Austin Robinson, right?
Robinson, yeah.
Robinson? Okay. Sorry. I always call him Austin. I don't bother to learn your last name. No?
Or they dropped an N somewhere and they forgot how to say it.
Okay, so tell us a little about yourself, Austin. How long have you been playing MTG? Where have you played MTG in the world? How long have you served? And where have you been stationed before?
So I've started playing right at the end of Eldritch Moon. I think my first draft was an Eldritch Moon draft, and it was the last week. So it was the first time I picked it up.
Is that 5 years ago now, maybe?
I'm not sure. It was 3 or 4 years ago, right? It was when
Moon was
2016, maybe?
I don't know. Yeah, 16
So-
sounds right.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago. I didn't really start playing competitively. I just drafted a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played competitively, really. I've been to a couple of GPs, but it was just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've been stationed mostly in San Diego my whole career. We had boot camp in Chicago and then training in Pensacola, Florida. But I've been playing almost exclusively in San Diego until I came over here.
This is your first time playing overseas as well.
Of course, yeah. Japan's the first time.
And how long have you served in the military?
8 years.
8 years. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, like I said, today's topic is going to be about Magic and the military in Japan. So, the first question, I just want to go over some general questions about Magic in the military. And I want to ask, is MTG popular in the military?
I mean,
yeah, I'd say
outside of
popular.
you guys.
it's definitely popular. We got guys playing right now out in the other room. They came over to do that Chaos draft. And they're all playing EDH right now, so it's definitely popular.
Well, I guess as a percentage of the military population, how many people play? That's probably a bigger question. I know there's always going to be small groups of people, but have you met a lot of people that say they're interested in Magic or they've played it?
There's always, every ship you go to or anywhere you go, there's someone playing Magic. There's always going to find someone.
At most commands, I'd say it's maybe 20%, like 10% that play regularly. I'd say roughly. But 30 to 40% or maybe more know of it or have played it before.
So it's not difficult to find people.
No.
Yeah, that at least know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
feel familiar with it.
All right, and my second part of this question is why would you think it, or why do you think it's popular? Why do you think Magic is popular in the military? Why do 20% of the people play it?
Well, they have something to spend their money on.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. That means that they're not just drinking all the time.
A lot of disposable income in the military.
Yeah, tons. A lot of times it's single people.
Uh-huh.
What they have to do with their time? Drink and play Magic cards.
Nice.
If you're deployed somewhere.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Play cards.
One of the big things is it's small, right? It doesn't take up a lot of room.
Right.
Yeah.
Depending on how many decks or whatever you want to bring, or you can, if you're deployed on the carrier for months on end, you bring a couple decks with you. Or you bring a cube or whatever. You can play that for days or weeks, or the whole time you're out there.
Yeah, months even.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next question I want to ask: why would you recommend Magic: The Gathering to somebody who's serving in the military overseas?
Gets you out there, man. You can meet all kinds of people, have friends, have something to do that's not just like going out and partying and whatever. It's like you have something stable.
Mm-hmm. It seems like a lot of the stuff, the culture in the military is like when you go out, if people have free time, they go out drinking or partying or whatever, but some people don't like that, so you give them something else to do with their income and their free time, and it gets a lot of especially in our community, what we do, a lot of people don't really leave their rooms. Aren't very social, but this is something they enjoy, so it's a way to get them, out of their shell. Or
so communication, networking are two big benefits.
Yeah, and also just not playing video games by yourself all day. The human interaction is huge, and so now you can, different ranks and all that. When you're out playing cards, it's different.
Any other benefits other than of course the gathering is part of the name, but other than meeting up people and hanging out with people and getting involved in the communities, are there any other benefits to playing Magic in the military?
There are. I know several people that have been overseas or stationed on a ship. I know before they go out, they've hit up Wizards of the Coast, and they've said, I'm going to be on whatever carrier or whatever ship, cruiser, whatever, or I'll be overseas in X country for X amount of months. We're going to miss out on X, X, and X, like a pre-release or some kind of product release. And they say, can we get some of that? Or would you mind supporting us while we're out there?
Yeah.
Wizards is more than happy to send
seen
the products out. They'll get welcome aboard. They'll get like the welcome decks. They'll get a bunch of packs to do drafts or build their cubes or whatever. Or they'll get a lot of extra swag, like the kind of third-party products, like boxes or stuff like that. And they really support that.
That's a nice little benefit. Free cards. Just never hurts to ask.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, definitely. If you ask, I don't think I've ever heard somebody say they haven't gotten anything.
And it's just good for morale. Something to do when you're bored. Nothing to do. Well, there you go. Something.
If you're stuck in the middle of the desert,
you can play Magic.
Yeah, you don't have much internet connection. You can't really talk to your family, but you got the boys out there.
I'd be worried about the water. You guys are in the Navy, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay to say that? Yeah.
I said it now.
If you're on the ship, do you have to worry about problems?
Don't bring the cards outside.
Just inside in your...
Just leave.
You mean like the water on the cards, or like the quality of the water?
Just like but humidity and
no,
like
that's
that.
fine. It's temperature controlled in there.
Yeah, you can kind of. I keep everything like.
You have to worry about water damage
under your rack or under your bed or whatever, and having any problems.
Yeah, there's no water on the ships,
and you can lock it up so you're not gonna have people like snatching anything.
Yeah.
There is quite a bit of that goes on in the military, so you do have to keep your stuff locked up.
Yeah. People absolutely
steal. Good advice.
Yeah.
All right, so next question. I don't know if you guys can answer this, but would you say there are some branches of the military where Magic: The Gathering is more popular than others?
I think it's popular for all of them.
Like 20% across the board in Air Force.
But I think everyone.
I only have friends in the Air Force, and I know he's got a lot of people that he plays with over there. I can't really say for the Army Marines.
I've heard that more people in the Air Force play than like in the other branches.
Really?
But I don't know if that is just a rumor or...
I've worked with Marines, Air Force, and obviously Navy, and there's been Magic players for each one of them.
Yeah.
And then I've also been friends with Army Army guys that played Magic too. So I think everyone kind of plays. You get some nerds playing some cards.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty universal.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be if they did like some kind of cross service member tournament? Would a lot of people go? You think just like a?
I think that'd be awesome.
Like
fun. It'd definitely be fun. You kind of flex your. It's just like bragging rights, right? Like,
so if Wizards decided to hold like a service member tournament,
that'd
people
be awesome.
from all branches came. Some people from the Navy, and then like the winner gets something at the end. That'd be fun, right?
I'm trying to think of who's the
If
best.
you could swing, your command letting you go to that,
Yeah.
then it'd be good, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like some people would miss out because they're deployed or have commitments.
It wouldn't
that
have to
they
be
can't
a
get out of.
one-time thing. It could be.
But yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be kind of cool.
It'd mostly be just bragging rights, right?
Yeah.
Between the nerds, the branches.
nerds.
But
Yeah.
I would think it would be cool just to meet all the guys.
Or have one just for the Navy and one for the Air Force and the Army. And,
Yeah.
then at the end maybe have like a little.
And the Marines come and
Pro
push us
players
down and
thing.
call us nerds, take our
Yeah.
cards.
There we go.
Well, they've got they've got the branches like sports teams. So there we go. It's gonna and apparently they're working on esports teams for the different military branches. So there we go. Just get Magic Arena's an esport, getting in there.
Hopefully Wizards is listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Morrow, if you're out there.
So next question. So if a military member if a Magic player / military member is going to be stationed overseas, what do you guys recommend they bring? So like you were talking before. Yeah, so you said it's easy because you can bring, boxes, just a couple boxes with you when you're being, sent out or whatever. So EDH you think is good?
EDH.
Pretty popular with everybody.
Before I moved out here, I didn't play any EDH really.
Yeah.
And I made sure to build a couple of decks, and I was right. Everybody plays EDH because it's a non-rotating format. People leave for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months at a time. They can't keep up with standard. They get banned in Modern and Pioneer and Legacy. So what do? They play EDH. That deck doesn't go. It stays the same,
Oh, especially there's a lot of people wherever you're at. If there's more than like 2 people that want to play, you got to have something you can do, right? So Commander's kind of the way to go. Or just casual social formats like that.
Commander number 1. I think Commander's pretty much a given. As
Commander's number
format.
1 in my mind.
What other ones can they prepare?
Cube, yeah.
Well, not everybody can. Well, I guess somebody could build their cube before they get stationed and bring it with them.
Yeah.
Have the new cube like this guy does.
Yeah?
I think it's $100. It's awesome.
New cube's pretty great.
Okay.
It's not what it...
So like a 360 card, cube.
Good way to bring like a low-powered, cheap cube. Good way to bring
maybe easy to understand.
Easy to understand if people haven't really drafted or like that before. So a good way to get them into it. Teach them the different, the ways you draft, right? Like the things you're looking for, how you go about it, and
you're not wasting money on.
Yeah, you're not wasting money on packs. You can keep redrafting it. Great.
So, okay, these are kind of like casual formats. Is it worth it to build any constructed decks? Are there any constructed formats you would recommend people like building a deck and bringing?
Realistically, if you're a if you really want to be a grinder and you have the money and the resources and you have the time off, play whatever you want. But if you're just a casual player, I think picking either an internal format or EDH is the way to go. If you want to play Modern or Pioneer, go for it. Legacy is really expensive, and wherever you go, there are small pockets of people that play, but if you go overseas or something, you're going to be the one guy with a $3,000 deck that you can't play with anyone else.
So we're kind of focusing on just playing with people internally kind of in the military, but what about outside of that? Like if, for example, if you're going to be stationed in Japan, or if you're going to be stationed in Korea, or other places like that, I mean, what do you think would be the best format for finding events and going out and playing?
Right now, I think Pioneer is probably number 1. Yeah, Pioneer I think is definitely bigger than Standard, especially
more people want to play it. You mean?
Definitely more people want to play it. I think just the Oko fatigue people kind of have had from Standard is kind of they don't really the numbers have been dwindling. They're small now, even if they're getting bigger. And Pioneer is like the number 1.
Yeah,
it's also new hotness.
It's new. Yeah, exactly. It's new. You can kind of there's room to a lot of room to brew and kind of flex your muscles, right? Or like brewing muscles or what you want to do. So
it's cheaper than Modern and
Legacy. Yeah.
Now, I know you played Modern and Legacy before, and you've been here for like almost 2 years now. Has it been easy to find events for Modern and Legacy in Japan?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, obviously I dislike Modern, but Legacy I found events the week I got here.
Yeah.
I was immediately went to Shinjutai and I was like, boom, Friday nights, I know what to do.
So I guess if you're coming to Japan, I would say that you can play any format you want.
Any format you want.
You go to Hallelujah, and they're going to have some event there that you can play.
Yeah.
But if you're going to Korea, for example, I had my friend on a couple months back talking about MTG in Korea, and he said Standard was really big. Like everyone plays standard there, and I'm guessing like a lot of the places in Asia in general are probably going to be more standard focused. If you go to like Germany, you know, like to base over there, I'm guessing modern legacy, more of like the eternal formats. Yeah.
Well, I know like they have the thing right where like people will look at Japanese lists, like tournament result lists, from like small Japanese tournaments, because they're always brewing crazy decks. Like a lot. I feel like a lot of the innovation comes out of Japan.
It does.
For like standard, and it's kind of cool being here. You can kind of see it at the ground floor.
Yeah.
So I mean I like playing standard for that because playing weird decks and
that card.
Everybody's really excited when you play stuff like that. They want to look at it. They want to talk to you about it. As much as they can, right? Like not everybody can speak English. I'm not great with Japanese, but they're usually pretty excited and they want to talk about it, which is nice.
They face a defeat when they're standard down.
Yeah.
Lightning bolts to the face.
That kind of leads into the next topic. Like you said, the language is one of the difficulties here. So what challenges have you encountered when you're trying to play MTG in Japan so far?
I don't know what all the cards do. And that means I have to look them up on my phone.
Okay. So not knowing the format or not knowing...
Sometimes there's a random uncommon or common. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Standard, or if you're pre-releases, if you can't find one of the two places in English pre-release, you're playing Japanese, that's tough. It's tough to learn those cards on the day of.
And so language is definitely the biggest problem. How difficult is it, though? I mean, I know some people think it's just like impossible and there's no way you can play Magic in a foreign country. It's
not impossible. I keep really current with standard, at least. So when I was playing, I didn't. If they played it in Japanese or Russian or whatever, I knew what the card was by the art. But it's hard. I don't always have time to keep up with all the cards like that. And you know, there's onesies, twosies, and cards to squeak through. I don't know what they do, and it's not that big of a deal. Most of them know at least. I'd say like Magic English. It's like how I'd say it. Like they're gonna know. Like if you say untap, upkeep, draw. So, like big keywords. They're gonna know what you're saying.
Or like damage like 5.
Yeah, they know what you mean. Like it's not too difficult. If you want to play Magic and you're over in Japan, you can do it. It's not hard. It might be a little more work than you're used to. Sometimes if you like go to the pre-releases or whatever, we've done
those are probably the most difficult, especially with the
those are definitely
because nobody else knows words either. So.
Brand new cards, you don't know what you're doing. They don't really know what they're doing sometimes. And we've done the mixed events where it's been
Japanese and English.
Some people have English, some people have Japanese, and I have to have my phone up the whole time. Looking at cards, but
that's pretty much you can expect to need your phone the entire time you play.
Yeah, you should definitely have your phone fully charged and or have something to use to charge it up while you're there.
Unless you're like a grinder and just know like every card.
Yeah.
So what else? What are there any other challenges? Anything else you guys have experienced that just kind of been difficult for you to not just playing Magic, but just kind of like I guess not playing the events only, but also just kind of like being a Magic player.
Easy. I'm 6 foot. Austin, what are you, 6'3"?
I'm 6'2", yeah.
6'2". We are significantly larger than every other store. Like, there's no room. If you go to Hobbyist, it's like, oh, cool. I can't wait to be miserable.
Yeah.
I don't like going. Like, I like it there. Don't get me wrong, but it's tiny. I don't fit. My knees are always hitting stuff. And
definitely some of the events. I went to a GP where. Like I couldn't really fit under the table in my seat. Like I was like bumping the table up with my legs. That was really uncomfortable.
The Japanese tables have like those bars underneath them for some reason, and just like
trying to squeak through. The chairs are like sumimasen, like a big dumb.
The Grand Prix aren't so much of a problem, but definitely all of the small shops, I think.
Yeah, the stores are definitely a lot. If you're used to playing Magic in the US, say the stores here are much smaller. The experience in their stores are. Everything's definitely different in the store.
Everything's different.
The pricing is very different.
I'm used
to doing like if I do a draft on Friday, you'll pay in. And if I get like third, I'll kind of get my money back or maybe a little less. Second, you get your money back a little more, and first, you're making a little bit of store credit or whatever, right? Here it's mostly
top heavy or
it's like you'll get like a coupon that's good
coupons.
For like a month. And you can only spend. I mean, it's a coupon for store credit.
Store credit, yeah.
So you kind of need to use it now.
Like yesterday, I won the 25.
In the USA, you can keep it and use it whenever.
It just goes store credit.
It's like a tab or something.
Yes, it goes under your name in the store, and you can use it and just like accrue it. So I mean, my big thing was I would just pay. I do a draft, and if I got third, cool. That pays for my draft next week.
Yeah, yeah.
But you can't really do that here.
And you actually can't use
use the winnings to pay towards entry fees.
Yeah.
You got to use on product.
I think there's some stores that maybe allow you to use it for like anything in the store. Like yesterday, Bobby came in 3rd place at a Pioneer event and got like $25.
Yep, 2,500 yen.
And you could use it for packs, you can use it for single cards. You end up getting a case, right?
Yeah, I bought a deck box.
Nice.
$2,700 or 2,700 yen deck box.
Yeah.
And I think that model is better for the store.
Yeah.
It's definitely better for the store, and local game stores I feel have it hard enough as it is. But it's just kind of a shock coming over here. You're not used to that.
I think there's also like some places are top heavy, but some places are also kind of they spread out the winnings. So even if you are a new player getting into Magic, over in Japan or wherever, or I guess in Japan because we're talking about Japan here, you can still expect to get something for going out
pack
to play
or whatever,
yeah.
just for showing up and paying and playing.
Going out is important, I think.
Yeah.
So another question, second part of this question. You have some problems here. What do you think would help you to kind of overcome some of these challenges? For example, like the language barrier, or
I think that's kind of on you.
Yeah, just learn it.
It's got to be you either have to pick up some of the basic things, or you have to learn or memorize the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go to your website and I look at it and go, all right, how do I say double strike again?
www.thejapanhobbyist.com has a Japanese to English.
That's it.
I'm trying to keep a running list of vocabulary words if you want to study. But how about like the size issue or?
I can't get any smaller than I am.
Yeah. But I mean, is it pretty much just kind of like choosing just not going to those places anymore, or?
No. I mean, that's not really an option because some of the places there aren't that many places you can go to.
Yeah.
And it's always like if you only have time, say on a Saturday, it's like maybe only this store has an event. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. On Saturday, so you just kind of have to get used to it. Just know that you're going to be kind of cramped. You got to do a lot more like before. I'd kind of sit down. If I was like in the U.S., I'd sit down and just hang out with my friends, but I got to get up in between matches. I got to stretch.
If you have anxiety issues, would you say playing Magic in Japan is probably not a good idea? Like
no,
in public,
I don't think so. It gives. I mean, it's more work, and you get a freaking killer headache.
Stay hydrated, right? Because it gets super hot with all the people in there.
It does get pretty warm in this place with all the people in this tiny space.
Would you say it smells better over in Japan, like at places, or is there still some stanky people? I've heard nightmare stories about back in the USA.
I think that's kind of pushed. Like, it's not as bad as you think. Like, I played it pretty much every store available in San Diego while I was there, and there was maybe 1 or 2 people that were like that, but they got pretty much called out.
Okay.
Like, it would get brought up to the store owners, or people just straight up tell them, like, hey man, like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Could you take care of this for next time? And if they kept doing it, eventually stores would just ask them to leave. So.
I mean, there's a couple places when I played in Nagoya that were kind of stanky. They were like the smaller
What was
stores.
that one place we went to? It's down by Don Quixote, and it's
in Yokohama.
I think so. It wasn't. It was somewhere else. All I know is that me and you went in there, and it was I couldn't be in there. My eyes were watering. It smelled so bad. That was here in Japan. It was awful.
I think that was in Kawasaki.
Maybe it was. I think you know what it was.
And they closed that place down.
Good, because that place was.
It was disgusting. Just like random singles, like
they had great prices there.
Yeah, I mean, you could find if you could search through that place for like 24 hours, you'd still be able to look through all the boxes of singles that they had.
Well, the reason no one buying singles there because it smells so bad.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Okay.
I never really had any experiences like that.
Lucky.
All right. So next question. You guys have been in Japan for a while now. Where would you recommend people in the military play MTG in Japan? Like, where are the best places that you like? Where have you had like the best experiences so far? Where would you recommend people go to if they're kind of starting out playing Magic in Japan?
My house.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, besides like playing at your friends' houses, I think
Yokohama, it's a good place to go.
But I mean, like store-wise.
Oh, Tokyo MTG and Hallelujah.
Yeah, I think Tokyo MTG is probably my favorite.
Yeah, Hallelujah's got English staff, which is nice.
Tokyo MTG has more.
English staff.
Yeah, pretty much everybody in Tokyo MTG can speak English, and they also do the English pre-release packages.
English pre-releases. And
I think Hallelujah also does that to some extent as well.
Tokyo MTG it's definitely the best place to go to learn.
I mean, they're pretty much everywhere in Japan now. They've opened up stores in Osaka. They've opened up stores. I'm sorry, not Tokyo MTG, but Hallelujah. They have it in Nagoya, a couple other places. I if you're in Nagoya, where I lived there for 6 years, I liked Amenity Dream. One of the guys there, spoke rather all right English. You could understand, what I was talking about. Osaka, I can't really think. I think Osaka probably just Hallelujah. There's places all over. Where are the bases located? Like, I know there's.
You know, Sasebo, right?
There's
Sasebo, right?
You got people up in
Okinawa.
Okinawa.
So, like, if you're in Sasebo,
there's different locations with different branches too. Like the Air Force has got some up north.
I think Fukuoka probably has like a Hallelujah down there that you could go to if you're in Sasebo.
I have no idea. I don't know all the bases. There's a lot of them.
Yokosuka's around here. Yokota's around here. Zama's around here. Yeah. So all these guys are pretty lucky. They can just go to Hallelujah or Tokyo MTG. Sapporo in Hokkaido has the Hallelujah now. So that'd be another place that they could go to.
I had no idea.
Okay. Well, that pretty much covers that topic. So the next one. So aside from playing Magic, I know you guys said you love playing EDH. There's a lot of people that like cubing. So where should people go in Japan to get like accessories and MTG stuff? I mean, I know some people like to order online and just have it shipped over there, but like what kind of stuff do you think are probably better to get in Japan? Like what kind of accessories
Sleeves?
Yeah, like for example, like KMC sleeves. I know maybe they're selling it over in the USA now, but
if you want to buy a bunch of sleeves, KMC's only like 450 yen a pop, for 80 or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. It's the cheapest you're going to get for sleeves that are at a decent quality.
Like, are there any kinds of products or accessories in Japan that you can't really get easily overseas? For example, like the character sleeves.
Oh, like weeb sleeves?
Or like the play mats, or
I got the Weeb Walker play mats here.
I can't really say. I haven't really tried to buy anything in the U.S. for the last several years, so I don't know if they have those kind of things over there or not.
I'm not really sure. If you want to go buy, they have everything here that they have in the U.S.
Are there any stores that you would recommend if someone needs to get deck boxes or sleeves, or who has like a good selection of stuff?
Yellow Sub in Yokohama. Definitely Yokohama has a lot of selection there. I know they had like the wizard stuff. They had Ultimate Guard. They had what's the big one, like Dragon Sleeve.
They had katana. They had katanas over at Mint in Yokohama.
Yeah.
Which that was the first place I seen that had the katana sleeves. So I bought like 4 packs of those for 1,100 yen each.
My favorite place, I don't know if you guys have been there, in Akihabara, Yellow Submarine has like a super arena. It's like a 180 person tournament center basically there, and it's one of the largest it probably is the largest Yellow Submarine in Japan, and they have so many different types of accessories there. So I usually work in Tokyo during the week, and I have a briefcase. I don't have like a space to take like those huge deck boxes, so they have like thin ones that you can.
Oh yeah, I see those guys yesterday.
Get that. So that I like. I would recommend that place for accessories. But other than that, like you said, Yellow Sub, any city would probably be fine. They have it in Nagoya. They have it in Fukuoka. It's pretty much all around Japan, I think. Kind of one more similar question to this: is there anything that's kind of easier to get in Japan than it is overseas?
EDH staples.
Yeah.
Soul Rings.
We kind of did like a budget Commander League. A couple months ago, we started that, and we kind of ran the gauntlet in Yokohama, going through all the stores, going through all the trash bins, or I wouldn't say trash bins, but bulk bins.
Yeah.
Grabbing anything we could find for a good price,
no
matter the language, and it was definitely. I feel like I saved a lot of money doing that.
If you're willing to play with Japanese cards, right?
I mean,
you
can't say no to a Soul Ring at 17 yen.
Yeah.
Probably
not
Japanese,
that much anymore.
Russian.
But, yeah.
I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
17 yen,
there are definitely certain cards here that are much cheaper than in the U.S., and there are some that are much more expensive.
Like Doubling Seasons.
Yeah.
I know what Doubling Season does. I know the art.
You saw Oko the other day was what? You said it was like $80?
$80 for an Oko.
$80 for an Oko. There's no way it's that much in the U.S., but
a Doubling Season's 1,500 yen.
Doubling Season for 1,500 yen is a steal. I mean,
but
we've got pithing needles for $3, like $2.50 each.
Yeah,
basically.
They're really slow to kind of increase prices.
Bulk bins.
Yeah, so they don't go through a lot of the bulk bins, and so you can find really good deals on not only EDH stuff, but I think just in general.
Just cards in general.
If you're willing to take the time to go through the bins, if you're a Magic player and you're just looking for good deals, take some time, take a couple hours, look through all it.
But good luck.
Last time I went to Tokyo MTG, you bought like a big stack of Teferi's puzzle boxes for a couple dollars each, and they were selling for like $12, $13.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Not everybody, reaches into their bunk bins. You just got to go out and look for them.
Yep.
So many Teferi's puzzle boxes.
Okay, so one of the last things I want to talk about is how to get people kind of off base. We're playing here today. We're playing, some limited. We're doing a Chaos Draft at Bobby's place. And, we're going to be doing a cube afterwards. But what are, like, the pros and cons of playing on base versus off base? Like, what kind of advantages can you get from playing, in a store in Japan rather than just only playing on base with your friends?
For playing in a store, it's going to be more like a tournament, right?
It's more structured.
It's more structured here.
There's some kind of prizing at least.
So would you say, like, it helps your skills, skill
set,
set, improves your skill set playing in Japan?
Yeah, and I kind of touched on it earlier where you get those kind of crazy off-the-wall decks out of Japan, and you just being able to go out there and see those is great. I love playing against stuff like that.
Would you say that, like, Japanese players are a pretty high-level, challenge? Or
Some are. I think it's the same as the U.S. There's some that I feel like are very strong, and some that I feel like aren't. But I feel like it's just anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's obviously Japanese players that are very, very good at Magic.
Okay, so you can find new deck ideas. You can, what do we say? You get new deck ideas.
There's more structure.
More
there's
structure.
Some kind of pricing. Another big thing
set.
One of my big things of playing off base is whenever we go out, there's like certain things I want to do. Right, so like I'm not on base. So like there's places in Japan you can't get on base. Like I can't go get a kebab on base.
Yeah.
I can't go get oil noodle on base. I can't. What was the place we went to?
The place last night?
Yeah.
I don't know. The all you can eat, fry your own food. I've never had that one.
Yeah.
You go see new things, right? You're over here for 3 years.
That's
probably
That's probably the biggest advantage to going off base and just playing out there. You get to. Well, of course, we said before, meeting new people.
Yeah,
of course.
Increasing your network. You might find some people that actually speak English that can kind of, clue you in on other cool things about the Magic community in Japan.
I know, like, the whole old school community out here in Japan.
Yeah.
Like,
it's definitely not just English and Japanese speakers.
Cool.
At Tokyo MTG, we did the old school cube.
Dude, those guys
people speak German, French,
and
the people from all over the world are in Tokyo at least, and you can meet people from everywhere.
Going back to old school, do those guys speak English? Or
yeah, some of them do.
A little bit?
You get through. They all follow me on Twitter now. What's going on, guys?
Everybody's got a little bit of an accent, but it's definitely fun.
Yeah.
Just get out there and play with people.
Any negatives to kind of, playing off base compared to playing on base?
And we talked about the space
thing.
with
the spacing. Yeah. If you're a larger guy, 6 foot, 6'2", you're
playing
not going to have
home's
space.
probably better. Playing with your friends. Unless
you
go to
space-wise, you're not going to have space.
Yeah, you're going to be uncomfortable.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, somewhat uncomfortable. But if you find a good store, there are stores that have good seatings, so that won't be a problem so much.
And we also talked about earlier the pricing and the structure is kind of not where you're used to if you're coming from the U.S.
Yeah, if you're looking to be like a spike and to like get value, you're probably going to be let down.
Yeah, you're not going to get as much.
Than not.
Yeah, you won't get as much value from your entry, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's mostly if you're just playing the game. And it's nice to play against people you don't play against all the time, right? Like if you're just playing with your friends all the time.
Yeah.
It's you kind of get caught in like certain play patterns or certain certain I don't know thoughts, the way you think about the game and approach the game. And so it's nice to have people challenge it or like shake you up a little bit.
Kind of refreshes you a little bit, maybe like if you're in a funk or something, you don't feel like playing with your friends anymore or doing like the same old. Then you go out and you play and then you get recharged.
Or you see, maybe you're not too excited about a format or something. You see somebody out there playing something, and you're like, "Wow, that's what I want to do. That's how I want to play Magic." And you're like, "I can't wait to build something like that." It's nice to go out there and get new ideas or just get excited about Magic again.
So you can learn a lot basically.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right. So is there anything else? Any other advice, like general advice that you would give to Magic players who are serving in the military? Things that maybe you didn't know before, but now you know, since you've been serving for so long?
100%. If you are going on a deployment or going somewhere overseas, hit up Wizards of the Coast. Let them know what's going on. Let them know you got people that want to play. Mm-hmm. Ask them if you can get some product. I've never known them to say no. And it only helps them. It's good PR for them. You get some cool stuff to play with. It's just a win-win. Definitely hit them up.
Yeah. What about you, Bobby? Anything?
bring extra decks and dice. You're going to lose them.
Yeah. I mean, you can buy them here. Dice is kind of expensive here, I think, right?
If you're in the military, you lose. Oh yeah, everything's expensive here. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you're in the middle of a carrier in the ocean, you're not gonna be able to buy dice. So having extra sleeves, extra dice, stuff like that is probably really important.
Always have a backup.
There's also not a lot of room to store stuff, so like maybe some people didn't have room to bring it. So that can be a lifesaver.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. Anything else, or are you guys
don't spend all your money on Magic cards?
Yeah.
Definitely have a budget.
Have a budget. Don't be like me when I first started playing and just blasting through booster box after booster box of Dragon's Maze.
All the young people here that join the military, they get this disposable income for the first time. They don't know really what to do with it. They find a hobby they like, Magic, and they just kind of go nuts with it.
I think that...
and you just got to kind of rein it in, right?
Yeah.
Japanese players also kind of go overboard, like all of these salarymen that don't have girlfriends, that are living, maybe at home still or living with their parents. They go crazy buying stuff as well. You see a lot of pimped out stuff. So
that is one thing I've noticed. Is I've noticed a lot more people over here have double sleeved,
kind
of foiled out, kind of pimped out decks,
all masterpieces.
Yeah.
I
didn't really see much of that in the U.S., but here it's like I've played against a lot more double sleeve decks here than I have anywhere else.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, lots of bling out here.
Anything else, or you guys think we said pretty much everything we wanted to say?
That's all I got.
Yeah, all right. I think that covers everything.
Play Magic. It's fun.
All right, so that's going to do it then for today's show. We hope you've enjoyed listening about MTG in Japan, and hope you will join us next time to learn more about the comings and goings of MTG in Asia. If you have any comments or suggestions for the show, you can find me on Twitter at YoSchwenky, that's YoSchwenky, or you can contact me through my website, www.thejapanhobbyist.com. Do you guys want to leave your Twitter handles, or do you want to shout out to anybody before we go?
I don't really have any social media, but one of the big places that got me started Magic was Game Empire in San Diego, so shout out to Shauna and them down there. Big fan of that place.
Nice. How about you, Bobby? Any shout outs?
You know where to find me. At Yammed Up. That's it.
On Twitter, right?
Yep, it's me.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys.